Welcome back. I'm your host, Leslie Cottle, and you are listening to This Empowered Life podcast, the podcast delivering tools, knowledge, and wisdom to empower the soul. I believe that asking for help and allowing yourself to be seen is one of the strongest things a human can do. Today's episode is called The Importance of Vulnerability. Keep on listening. Hello. So I always base these episodes based on my last week, and the themes that I see coming through so strong from last week are a lot about help and being vulnerable. It just makes me realize how few people we really feel like we can go to help for. And so I want to talk about how vulnerability is so important, and we have to state what it is that we're feeling, what it is that we need. We have to get more open. And so the dictionary has a very terrible definition for this word. It says the willingness to show emotion or to allow one's weakness to be seen or known, willingness to risk being hurt or attacked. And I just don't like this definition because I don't think that vulnerability should have the word weakness anywhere near it. And do you know why? Vulnerability is for someone who is strong. It is for someone honest. It is for someone with an open heart. Vulnerability is for someone who knows that they desire to be seen, for someone who deserves to be seen. And someone who is vulnerable is really seeking to be alive, living in that moment of rapture, knowing that this is the way to live. And I get it. I totally get it and resonate, and have been that person who doesn't want to say something, or you feel like it's a burden, or you feel like it really is a weakness, or that you're a failure. I get it. But if you're someone who also does that or who has ever done that, it's just selling yourself short. So short. And I want to propose that you start claiming what it is that will bring you aliveness into your life. I want to propose a new lens of vulnerability so we can reframe it to being emotionally open, to sharing all of our experiences, to telling the truth, to allowing someone to see and experience what you're going through. Life is messy. It's so messy. If you think that your life is a mess, don't worry, because everyone else's is too. If you're living, life is messy, and it's so beautiful, and we don't want to just have the highlights of our life be witnessed. We deserve and we desire to have all parts of our lives being witnessed, all parts of us being witnessed. And that's beauty. That is so beautiful. So I just wonder, when you think about being vulnerable, are you letting people in? Are you allowing people to see you? Are you allowing people to witness all of you? Are you allowing people to see the highlights and not the highlights? And I wonder, if vulnerability feels scary to you, are you challenging yourself to open up more? Or if it feels worrisome or uncomfortable, are you challenging yourself even to just warm up to the idea of being vulnerable? We always get a choice to challenge ourselves. And I think, at least I don't want to speak for you, but I know every time that I've opened up and every time I've been really vulnerable, that person on the other side is so surprising. Every single time, it's so wild to see what happens when you're vulnerable, how someone can hold you in that space. And as we close today's episode, I also want to just note the most important part of being vulnerable is that part of you, whether that's a feeling, an emotion, a story, a secret, that it will no longer live in the darkness. That's what happens when we voice our truth, when we allow someone to see us. It means that that thing is seen too, and that thing can no longer have the weight that it carried. It can no longer lock you in emotional chains. It can no longer keep you bound. Because once you've released it from the darkness, it's now into the light, and it allows you to be free. The most important part of being seen is that you are claiming yourself by being witnessed, and you're allowing yourself to be seen in the light of others. Tune in Tuesdays for more yummy and soulful episodes. If you love what you're hearing and want to support the podcast, please follow and rate the podcast on Spotify and Apple to help new listeners find us. To find out more about my coaching and healing practice, head over to my website, www.lesliecottle.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.